That's definitely how the chain should be on the sprocket, right? Ahoy y'all, and good afternoon. Here we are at Morimoto of Tampa? Yeah, I think I pronounced that right. Morimoto of Tampa. After over a month of being in the shop and waiting on approval from KTM's warranty department, I finally have my bike back. Going on a month and a half now it's been here, but I finally got the starter replaced under warranty. The bike was dropped off on August 10th, and today is September 27th. Yeah, picking the bike up a month and a half later for a starter replacement. Thanks KTM for your prompt, approval on my warranty. Shouldn't have had the bike back a month ago or anything, so I could ride it on my birthday. But yeah, bike's all loaded up safely, 4 ratchet straps anchoring it in place. And we're about to transport it back to Naples. Still waiting on my drivetrain kit to come in from Ziegler Motorsports in Michigan to replace that garbage. I mean, that's definitely how the chain should be on the sprocket, right? Still barely ride the bike, even though I've gotten it back until I get those parts in. Here we are about to leave Morimoto of Tampa, bike in tow, hooked to the back of the Audi, and we're about to head back home to Naples, Florida before the storm hits. Hurricane Ian is on the way and we gotta go. Making a left turn out of here might be damn near impossible. I don't know if I'm able to make this left turn. I'm waiting here for a damn minute. I should have shot across there. Could have shot across there, but I'd have yeeted the hell out of the bike. Come on, y'all. Go, go, go. Get the fuck out of the way. Here we are on I-75 heading south into the maelstrom. Yeah, that be Hurricane Ian I'm driving towards. Got the bike in tow and heading back home with the KTM. According to the GPS, we'll be there in about 2 hours at this pace. I'll catch up with y'all if anything interesting happens. So until then, GoPro, stop recording. And here we go into the maelstrom. Hee Good afternoon. Welcome to my shed. Here it is where we do all the work on my bikes. And I do say bikes because I have multiple. Notice the old Honda Magna and Yamaha VMAX. I obviously have a bit of an affinity for the V4s, and it's what I rode for many years before picking up a KTM adventure bike. Let me turn that music down a little bit. Even though I did talk to Tom Shearer and he did allow me and say yes, I could use his music in my videos, so that was pretty cool. He's a really cool guy. Seen him in concert a few times over the years. But back to the bike. Yeah. After 2 months of waiting, or near enough so that the day doesn't matter, I finally have in hand my new drive set. New sprockets, new chain, even with the chain guide as well, so that's kind of cool. What's not cool though is this is not a master link chain where I can easily break it apart and put it back together. This is all solid riveted links, and what that means is I'm going to have to disassemble all of this shit to put it on. Wonderful. And I mean, undo the shift linkage, take this guard off, which I was going to have to do anyway to take the sprocket off, obviously, but I wasn't counting on having to remove the entire foot bracket assembly, which is now Loctited on both sides because it's the swing arm pivot point, and that came loose on me on the way back from Sturgis, South Dakota in July. So as a precautionary measure, I had Apex Motorsports in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, yeah, Ajax in Oklahoma City. They put blue Loctite on both sides because I asked them to. I didn't want to have it come loose again in the middle of a road trip, but now I'm going to have to deal with taking that loose to install this new chain drive set. Joy. Oh, also, if any of you have ever wondered about a shark fin sprocket, as such, this old this old sprocket here, y'all can clearly see, is not in the best shape. This one is identical to that one. I laid them side by side to see which was better to switch before taking a Hurricane Ian ride. And they were so bad before, the chain was slipping on the sprocket and I could not get any torque to the ground to move forward. So what I did was took it off and gave it old 180 flippy flip. So instead of it slipping on the chain, it got all the extra grip. You can see there, comparison. Let me try to adjust that focus. Come on, GoPro, there we go. How the reversed direction. Because I took this old sprocket, which is supposed to be this direction, you see the beveled edges there, and took it and gave it the old 180 flippy flip and put it back, just like this. And now I can pull the front tire off the ground, no problems, but y'all, I wouldn't suggest riding like that for very long because it is a recipe for catastrophic failure, and I hope you're wearing some pretty thick pants if that does happen while you're riding trying this. Do not recommend. Only do an emergency situation. But you can see here, the chain is maxed out. It has no more adjustment in it. A ton of slack. I mean, I can literally pull it off the sprocket. Y'all can see the light there from me pulling it off the sprocket. But I'll tell you what, it grabs. See that? It grabs though. Oh, I bent them back straight riding it. Look at that. They're not shark fin curved anymore so much. They've kind of been bent back straight. But it worked for a limited time. I wouldn't advise it for, you know, more than 50 miles and at slower speeds, but it will kind of help get you out of an emergency situation if need be. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish setting up everything here and disassembling the bike, I guess, to get this new drivetrain on, and then I'm gonna go do some exploring and seeing where I can help with the Hurricane Ian recovery efforts around town. I mean, my yard's still a bit of a mess. My garage project, where we're gonna do a lot more work, is put on hold, but that's okay. I'll just continue to work out of the little shed for now until that gets done. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff to clean up. I did get my boat all prepped and ready yesterday. In the event I get the call that they need more people to help rescue people off the barrier islands, I would like to help with that effort if they allow me to, even though I don't have a captain's license. I am a safe captain, just without the little placard, card, whatever. I can still help. My boat can carry up to 15 adults. I should be out there helping, but they haven't called for my help yet without that little placard. So until then, I'll do whatever else I can to help with the effort. Yeah, back to work. Okay, y'all, so removing the old foot bracket assembly here wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be with getting that swing arm pivot axle bolt loose, because apparently, even though I asked Ajax in Oklahoma City to, well, actually I don't remember if it was Ajax or Apex in Colorado Springs, but one of those two, I had asked them to put Loctite on this swing arm bolt when they put it back together, so it would not back off by itself. And it looks like they may have put a little tiny dab of gray Loctite, if such a thing exists there. Otherwise, I don't know what that is on the threads. Maybe y'all can tell me. But yeah, due to the non-blue Loctite I was told was going to go on there, it came right off. So removing the guard and the rest of it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just going to take this guard off. Let me put that down so I can motion with my hand. Take this guard off here. Take this guard off here. And take this loose here, and I should be able to throw the new chain right on there, other than having to, you know, pull the rear wheel off and replace that sprocket. But we'll get to that in good time here. Here we are, still working on the bike, putting the new chain drive set on, when I noticed something a little unusual. All of this is coming together nicely, and I'm getting ready to put the new rear sprocket on the wheel, when all of a sudden, let's take a look. This is the second sprocket, not the original sprocket that came on the bike. This is the one that failed me in less than 6,000 miles going to Sturgis and back, and you can see the numbers there. Sorry, shadow. PBR Z452221. You can see the branding there, KTM. I know it's upside down, but whatever. Now this one, let's take a look at. This is the original sprocket that came from the factory on the bike. And any markings? Any stamp? Anything? Nothing. Okay, so that makes me feel a little bit better. There's no markings, no stampings, or nothing. But look at the sprocket shape. Look at the holes. It's almost identical to this one here. Yes? Y'all would say they're pretty close to identical. Now look at the quote-unquote OEM sprocket they just sent me that I've been waiting 2 months on. Does this look anything like the first two? And what's worse is there's no identifying markers on it whatsoever that say it comes from KTM. The only mark I can find on this entire sprocket is this 45. There's a 4 or 5 stamped into the sprocket. Other than that, stamping, y'all can see both sides, no other marking besides this imperfection in it. So I hope this sprocket's gonna last, but we'll see. I'm something at like 23,000 miles on the bike. We'll see once I get it all mounted up and have the bike back together. I'll crank it up and we'll see exactly how many miles are on the bike when I take the first ride on this new chain sprocket set, and we'll catalog how long that junk lasts. Yeah. catch back up with y'all in a bit once I get this back together.
Here we are on my recently repaired KTM 790 Adventure S. Brand new chain and sprocket drive set with new chain guide. Brand new starter on the bike. 2 months in the shop waiting on that new starter for warranty approval, but I finally have it back. And here we are on my semi-maiden voyage of the bike. First time back on it with the brand new parts. And we're gonna go take a ride over to the bike shop in town, go grab me a new helmet sock since I cannot find my old Tell the Dragon helmet sock. And then from there I'm gonna go get some information as to where I can go help with our tri-tune out there and see if I can't go rescue some people off the barrier islands. I would love to put to use that boat out there and helping others in this situation right now as best I can. I am a fairly experienced and safe captain. And I would like to put this to use helping others, if the Coast Guard will let me.
Fire one! Oh, get up there, you miserable little puke! It's a fine shot, sir. Well, what the heck?